Steph.
Hi, Steph.
Today we're going to be recapping the Love Island reunion and talking all things drama, what went down, our thoughts, and just break down all of it for you.
It's finally here. We've been waiting for this moment
here,
so long.
and they really didn't make it easy on us to kind of have any suspense when it came to like the reunion as a whole, because they immediately started unfollowing each other, giving us all the intel.
I think that's the craziest part about it too, is like we didn't even get to the reunion yet where we can all watch it.
Yeah.
And literally it was like the day before and the day of.
Yeah.
They all started unfollowing each other. So then we're like, what the heck happened during this reunion?
I wanted to ask you too, your thoughts on what's your opinion when these people clearly were living with each other in a very close proximity.
Right.
They get out. They obviously watch the show themselves. Do you think that they're at home dissecting every single thing they say and then just going based off emotions? Or do you think as they're in the house, they're like, I'm going to get out of here and unfollow this person, this person, this person?
I can tell you what I would do is, I would probably plot like, okay, like while I'm on the show, haha, we're friends or whatever. But as soon as we get off, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not talking to that person ever again.
Yeah.
So I feel like some of them definitely do that. But the fact that most of them like came to LA right after, and then even I think Jeremiah, one of them mentioned that they lived in a house together during the reunion. He mentioned that they lived in a house together in LA for like a week or so. So they really did like each other.
Didn't
enough.
say that too on like our show? Like,
yeah.
They, like lived together.
Exactly. They were all like hanging out in the same Airbnb. So
it makes me think too, a lot of people are saying that these people, compared to like a Bravo or a Vanderpump Rules reunion, if you guys have seen those, they are unhinged.
Yeah.
This was a very like orchestrated, to me, reunion where these people are concerned about deals, future, career, instead of just being like, Huda, fuck you, or like what they do on Vanderpump, where like this is their career to like be themselves. It does feel very fake to me.
And I think a lot of people were upset with Andy Cohen not going as deep in. And so like I've seen edits of people being like, no, this is what he usually says.
Yes.
And I think Andy and Ariana did an amazing job hosting together, like balancing it out. And even when Huda was like, oh, I can't speak because of my Netflix. I use that all the time now. If I don't want to answer a question, I'm like, sorry guys, Netflix.
No, literally.
Because it's like, what kind of excuse is that?
Well, people were saying, I saw that they were saying he was too mean to Huda.
Really?
And then comparing it, cutting to Bravo, him being like, actually, Kyle Richards, like, no, he's way worse on them.
Way worse.
He was very polished. This was like, I have here in my notes, like, this was him being very nice and polished. Like, being very like, okay, these people, remember, the audience is much younger for this. They don't know Andy Cohen unless you're like a reality fiend. But like, I've been watching Vanderpump since I was literally in high school. And the way that he goes in on Jax Taylor and all these other people, like Ariana Madix, like
literally,
she was probably watching that, being in that room, being like, this is very timid of Andy Cohen. He didn't go for Huda at all.
No, not at all. And I think, his little snapback where he was like, well, you can tell Netflix that we were the #1 show or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, and people were like, oh, clutching their pearls. And I was like,
no, literally,
that's
child's play.
Yeah.
I've literally seen, like, truly, I wish you guys need to just literally type in best moments of Andy Cohen reunions.
Please,
it's crazy. I do want to think, like, on the top of my head, when I think of this reunion years to come, okay? I'm going to think about the fact that Austin was zonked.
Oh my God.
Now, on the show, I'm going to be real. I don't think he is the sharpest tool.
Yeah.
I do believe that.
A little slow in the best way.
Right. And again, I'm not talking about mental health. I'm not talking about, like, anything to get me canceled. I'm saying in terms of, like, being on the spot, asked questions. He's not the guy you go to.
Right.
I'm not even saying, like, if you get lunch with him, he's probably, like, normal.
Yeah.
I think he was nervous. And I think, like, there was other things going on, because that's not like a normal human behavior.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't blame him if he was not sober during this. I mean, I would definitely.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Before. But yeah, the fact that Jaden was like, go ahead and answer. And it took him, I was sitting there, I was like, it was like the Jeopardy music.
Like, I forgot the question,
like,
actually.
No, literally, I was like, wait, what are we waiting on him to say?
Literally.
Yeah, so, but.
No, but I will think about that for years to come. When I think of this reunion,
think of him.
Yeah, because every time I was, like, anxious for them, I got, like, anxious when they would ask him a question.
Like,
I'm like,
oh God, he's
like, literally don't go to him, because I'm like, don't want to wait. You know what I mean?
Please don't pan to Austin.
You know what I mean?
We don't have time for that.
Right.
Honestly, it was 11. That's another thing too. They filmed for like over 12 hours. And I feel like they missed out on so many opportunities or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, wait, were they literally just waiting for Austin to answer the whole time? That's what made it take 11 hours.
I do think that ties back to, like, what I was saying though, like I agree with you because compared to other reunions, even Love Island reunions, I've only watched one other one because this year I really like locked in because of Alexa. Like, I don't know. The other clip that I saw of the previous reunion before this one was very, even more angry. I don't know. This one seems so timid to me.
They're all like PR trained, it felt like. They all were like nervous to say anything because it blew up so negatively.
This year, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm comparing in my head. I only looked up the previous reunion to kind of get a feel of like if it was with Andy Cohen more like intense or whatever. It was just almost more fake.
For sure.
Not because of Andy Cohen, just because they're so like looking for career. Like, I don't know. They're definitely not there for love.
For sure. I mean, I definitely think it was tough for this reunion too because they all went on these podcasts, plugging us. We did get a little TMZ shout out on the reunion. Loved that. But yeah, and so it's like, what do you ask them about? They've all addressed it. Like every question Andy asked was like, so Huda went on a podcast, or so Alandria went on a podcast. And it's like, how do you ask these people new questions?
Well, and again, this doesn't help our podcast in any way, but it does make me think about the fact of like, there's other shows where like they cannot talk about it, like Bachelor, for example, like, until it's literally live or whatever.
Right.
But this is such a different show format that you can't really do that.
Exactly. They can go and post anything on social media.
Why don't we, Love Island, no offense, like it was kind of like tick, 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 took a little long for the reunion. Reunion right when it's done.
It should have. They should have kept them all in Fiji, left them there, didn't give them their phones, and then had them like do a little recap. Because then watching the clips back, they're sitting there and they're like, yeah, we already watched it.
Or they have the money, put them in a hotel room. You get a week to watch the thing, hang out in Fiji. They were going on we talked to Sandy when she came in for the interview, said that they all went on like a little thing afterwards anyway. You know, they paid for that. And if not, like, then pay for it and let them watch it all, then come back and do, because it just didn't feel organic.
For sure.
They're not going to say, like, if, like, let's say me and Alexa were fighting, like, I feel like I'd have so much time to prepare what I'm going to say, like that.
Which I guess is respectful to them, but like as viewers, that's not what we want. Like we want them to be going at it.
Vanderpump Rules, you can tell in their reunions, I'm a very loyal reality show on that front, and Big Brother. Like they go at it because they have not spoken since seeing it.
Right.
These people have seen each other at LA parties. They're DMing. They're talking through people. They're calling each other. I don't know.
Oh, exactly. But I think one thing, too, that was significant, obviously we knew Sierra wasn't going to be on it for obvious reasons, but they addressed her, which was interesting. And the fact that Nick was like, oh, yeah, we didn't talk. And, like, he thought about reaching out, but he thinks that she's doing everything for clout nowadays and, like, won't even bother. What were your feelings about that?
I mean, again, there's a meme about kind of, hopefully my mom doesn't have, it's a meme where it's like, hopefully your mom doesn't have a picture of you doing something that's
it's like, thanks, Mom, now I can't go on Love Island because I was a Hula dancer when I was 6.
And again, I'm not going to say my personal feelings about Nick because I don't really know, I mean, what their conversation was, I guess, or what makes him specifically think that. But I do think if they're going to talk about her, she should be there. There's been many of Bravo cancellations, by the way, way worse ones with like fraud and jail where they come back to, I'm talking serious shit.
No, but
like, again, like racism is serious, but I'm talking like fraud, jail.
Yeah, like prison time.
Prison, where they're phoning into the reunion, like giving their take. Why couldn't we like phone her in?
Yeah, or at least Zoom like Zach did.
That's what I meant. Yeah, sorry, Zoom.
For sure. No, yeah, exactly. Or they could have had her in person. I just don't. I can see why they wouldn't want to.
They don't want the backlash.
But you're right, if they're going to ask about it,
here's
she has
the
to
big
be
problem.
there.
It's not organic because now Love Island's worried about, why'd you have her there? You guys are racist, like blah, blah, blah. Like, which again, might be true.
You casted her in the first place, so at least follow through.
Also, like, yeah, it's just not organic. That's my honest opinion about this whole and honestly, I would have preferred them just have a more organic, like you said, keep them there. Let them watch the show. You guys get like, or like, how long does it take to watch like all of the episodes? Like a week.
Yeah, a good amount of time.
So they have the budget. Trust me, they have the budget to keep them in Fiji, separate rooms with their couplings. Put a camera in there.
Yeah,
they'll fight. Do you know
the thing is like also we didn't get movie night this year because of all the backlash. So I think this was them trying to do movie night, but like the glory of movie night, if you don't watch Love Island, is that like they're in the villa and they watch clips from the show that like other people haven't seen in the villa.
Yeah.
So then it's like clarity, or it brings up something, or it's a conversation not a lot of people heard. And so I think they tried to do that with this reunion, and it failed, because you're right, they did the reunion way too late, that they already knew. They already saw the clips. And like even when they tried to do the heart rate challenge, and they're like, we're gonna show you the full clip, I was like, ooh, I was like so excited to see it. And it literally is just Huda like turning around, and I was just like, oh, that was
right. And again, we have like a great cadence here, because Alexa's been watching Love Island for several seasons.
Mhm.
I'm like a new Love Island fan, and so when I tell you this is my first like reunion, other than watching like clips from the previous one or whatever, it's just not. It doesn't flow the way that other reality shows flow. And because I'm already on Perfect Match now. We're already talking about Perfect Match now. Like, I'm already ahead of, when you told me that the reunion was, when I first started watching Love Island, when you told me the reunion was 3 months from now or whatever, from when it began.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
Right.
I'm already on Farmer's Find a Wife. Like, I'm already on Perfect Match. I'm already watching Big Brother. Like, I'm waiting for that to wrap. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like old news.
For sure.
It was old news. Like, I was watching it kind of being like, did I really like learn any new tea? Did I?
It's true. And I think also because they all unfollowed each other like the day before and stuff, we were like, we got that moment where Andy was like, oh, Iris, would you be Pepe's girlfriend? And they just kind of like look at each other, and us as viewers, that was kind of like the biggest tea, is because now we're sitting there and we're like, oh, like little do those people know that they're actually going to be unfollowing each other. Same with Amaya and Bryan. We don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, and that was weird. They didn't like lay into that enough to where I have like clarity on like if we're gonna be at a reunion, I think I'm like lock everyone up in a cell.
No, literally.
And literally interview them. This is the question. This is the question. If you don't want to answer, leave.
Yeah, and because they all had PR. Our relationships are going so good. Bull. Your relationships are not going so great. Like, give us the real dirt. It's just all the PR.
I almost felt like, I'm gonna say a crazy take, like Nick and Olandria have been like my favorite.
Ugh.
And now they're not.
They're literally the worst. I hate Nick Olandria fans. I'm like, you are the most easy, like, pranked people.
But this, for me, reunion, like, no.
Yeah, because they're not a real
They're not a real
Duh. And then Ace today went on a podcast and was asked, like, what do you think about their relationship? And he goes, the last conversation I had with Nick, he said, like, romantic sparks wasn't a thing, and that they're just attracted
friendship over
to each other.
By the way, you'll never talk to Nick again now.
Yeah, but
Cool.
like, which is a weird thing for Ace to say, because he always supported them. So like, if Ace is saying that,
I don't know. I just feel like we need to, if we're gonna be on a reality show, we need to keep them in the reality, let them watch the show.
Yeah.
Because now we're like basing the reunions off of like what we're thinking, and what do we know?
I think they're being way too careful, because this season had a lot of backlash from like production. Like, people didn't really like the obviously casting of production and like certain things that happened. Like, the show hit a lot of hiccups. So I think the reunion wasn't as juicy because they were just trying to be careful, but it was still good. I still was on the edge of my seat, very entertained.
Yeah. But next time, Love Island reunion quicker.
For sure. And if it's going to be 11 hours of filming, we expect craziness.
Or parts.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys have seen enough like recapping of the reunion, but if you want us next time for the next show to like actually break down the reunion for you, we can. This was more of like just like a chit chat. Let us know. And we'll see you next week. Let us know which show you want us to recap next now that Perfect Match, Love Island are done.
Please. We've got a lot of good ones coming up.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments. Thank you. Bye.